Hey, my name is Dr. Cheryl Meier, and I'm back at my office. And I just got back from an Eckhart Tolle seminar for 4 days, and he teaches on the power of now. And I have a whole class teaching about presence and everything. But so today we're going to talk about that, about presence, about being present with yourself. What does it mean to be really present with yourself? Because he was talking about kids, children. What did we really want as children is they want to be seen. They want to be really known. They want your presence. They want deep presence. And what did we want as a child? We wanted tenderness and presence and a real intimate connection, a real connection. I have that all over. Look, I have like the Narnia, when Aslan's rising from the dead, and this, I'll show you this tenderness. And, I have angels. I'll briefly show you that for a second. They're Charlie's, so I don't want to show his work, but they're online. I got them like 20 years ago. Charlie Mackesy. Oh, and even this. I drew this so we can show this. I'm so careful about other people's work, but like, that's a Van Gogh. It's called At Eternity's Gate, but I drew it one day and I didn't know how to draw, but that's another story. We can talk about that. I've talked about it in some videos. I read the first 3 chapters of a book called How to Draw using the right side of your brain. So you turn the drawing upside down. It turns off your logical brain. That's what we need to do sometimes. I was thinking about that this morning. I was thinking how things are so inverted here in this world. I wrote it in my journal this morning when I was meditating. It was like, we learn to, value the things that are worth throwing out, and we throw out the things that are worth valuing. It's like, we run after the lesser things, and we don't realize that we're running after the lesser things. We're running after the things that are worth less. Well, that was a verse that came up this morning, not the one that I was meditating on, but it was like, Jesus was teaching, and he said something about, and I always say I welcome all religions, but people of all religions will recognize wisdom. This is why I do my best to teach wisdom, to teach higher consciousness, to teach what is truly wise. And he's giving us an eternal truth. Whenever it says amen, amen, I listened to some guy who was teaching about Aramaic. He was saying that means an eternal truth I'm about to reveal to you. So pay attention, Amen, and amen is like, and so it is, or let it be done this way, or this is the way it is. It's like an eternal truth I'm revealing to you. But this was like, those who, you cannot have 2 masters. You will either serve the one and despise the other, or serve the other and despise that one. And the word despise, before I looked it up, was like, when you recognize like this rich, beautiful meal, you could have that, or and to despise was to like notice that the other thing was like eating like one bit of a bite of a hot dog or something. Like it's just nothing compared to this thing. But our eyes see things backwards until we train ourselves. It's like I was telling my friend yesterday, when she's like, what did you get from slowing your life down and being off social media for a while? And I was like, oh, well, there was this one guy, you know, John Butler, on YouTube. So on Sundays I would watch a little bit of some YouTubes, but I couldn't ever watch him for the longest time because he was just so slow and so boring to me. But once I had slowed down because I would stopped getting fed by all these instant gratification things on the internet, you know, by likes and running after Facebook stuff and running after all this stuff, whatever. I could listen to him. He wasn't too slow for me. And what he was saying was so good and so rich. It was like nourishing my soul. It's like when you have a fruit drink with like wheatgrass and all this stuff, and your cells feel like they're all being fed, you know. You're aware that something deeper in you is being fed. So I invite you, let's be present for a moment right now. Take this opportunity. Just trust that this video came to you for a reason, and that I'm being prompted in the middle of it to just roses, remind me, rise, open your soul eyes. I got that. So take a moment to connect with this part of you, of who you were before you had a name. Like, there's a verse that says God knew you before you were even born. He's like, I knew you. But it's like he, she, like God is divine love, knew you. And so let's have you know you. Let's take a second for us to know ourselves. That's funny. That book says the 7 habits of highly effective people. This is way, way more effective than that. They got the wisdom from that book, from this place. It comes from this place. So let's go here first. The you beyond your name, beyond your skin color, beyond your religion, beyond your age. Just you. If someone picked up you as a baby and held you and saw into your eyes, and knew you. I just saw a vision. It's like, imagine if this pen is you, you know? I was on this pen. Anyway, so this pen is you, but no one really knew you. So you're going out all of these different places to try to get people to like you, like you, like you. And this is the other part of you, running all around here, trying to get all this to happen. You know, you cannot serve both divine love and materiality. Mammon is materiality. People think it's money, but it's like, yeah, a lot of people reduce it to that. They're trying to get money and fame and all that stuff, but you're running around it's like trying to get, you know, fancy clothes to put on this, instead of just come back to connect with the divine love, connect with where you came from and whose you are and who you are, what are you, who are you, whose are you. When you open your soul eyes, you see you are a soul in a body. You don't just see that. It's not just because I tell you that. You experience it. Take the time to experience it. But it's like, to do that is to take away this pen running everywhere, being neurotic, trying to get all these things, trying to like get these through other people and squeeze it out of them, manipulate it out of them, sweet talk them out of that. You know, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to sell yourself out for anything, because you let go of that. But it feels like you're gonna have nothing. Okay, so I'm just drawing the map out for you. It feels like when you come back here, this was the you that was ignored in childhood and not known, because they didn't know how to be quiet and know you. You know, that's why we say, forgive us our trespasses, because we've been out here like they told us to do, just like they've been out here, as we forgive those who trespass against us, who didn't let go of that and serve love, divine love. Drop down out of your head into love again. Means be present. Be the change, like Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in this world. And Rumi says, you know, how long is it going to take you to obey when the divine calls you to do something? How quickly will you do that? It feels so good. Much love.